Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'll very briefly acknowledge the traditional custodians, also Mayor Albert Jacob. Wonderful event, and thank you for hosting this. My friend and colleague from Parliament, Emily Hamilton, the member for Joondalup, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm only speaking very briefly before we join the panel and hear from everybody, and that's why people are here. But I asked if I could take the opportunity to convey a message. In my view, and I think the view of many people, Western Australia has achieved the equal of, if not the best response to the COVID threat anywhere on the planet. And there are three contributing factors to that achievement. Firstly, leadership. We have been the beneficiaries all across Australia, but certainly here in Western Australia, of tremendous leadership. From the Premier here, but the entire National Cabinet, the Prime Minister on down, all of government, some wonderful leadership from brilliant public servants and at all tiers of government, including Joondalup here. Secondly, our governance model, not something that's sexy and necessarily that we all think of on a daily basis, but our governance model, our federation, stood up when we're confronting something the likes of which no one alive on the planet has worked through. And that's something we should be very grateful for. But the single biggest contributing factor to the achievement that we have seen in Western Australia was undeniably the willingness of Western Australians to sacrifice self-interest on behalf of their fellow citizens. Western Australians relinquished their focus on themselves and chose to adopt measures necessary to protect some of the most vulnerable people in our community. And every single person in this room made that contribution. So I wanted to take the opportunity to extend to all of you, from Premier Mark McGowan and the entire government, our heartfelt thanks for what you've done. Certainly the small business community in particular have made an extraordinary contribution. And I can, you've heard it before, but I can confirm the last thing any of us in public office ever wanted to do was hurt people who have had the courage and the tenacity to strike out on their own, buy or set up a business, take responsibility for their own well-being and those of their families and others. To hurt those people through knowingly making decisions that we had to do was the last thing we would ever have wanted to do. But we thank you for your forbearance and your tolerance of that. And I'll finish by saying, as a consequence, we are in the best place on the planet for recovery and moving out of this threat and growing. So that is something that we've all achieved. Thanks very much. I look forward to joining the panel and hearing some insights. Thank you.